No, I won't give him the joy to go down to 185. We'll just go up.
Alex Pereira tweeted out that he's coming down to 185. Do you think it happens, and is it something that would interest you guys somewhere down the line?
So, interesting question. I know Dricus is game, so we'll go up. I'm not going to wait for him to come down. We'll go up.
As we know, DDP successfully defended his UFC middleweight championship last weekend. He did so by submitting Israel Adesanya at UFC 305, seemingly bringing an end to their rivalry. Now, he'll move on to his next challenge, which may well be the UFC light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. Poatan made it known in the immediate aftermath of UFC 305 that he wants to go back down to 185 pounds to challenge DDP. Morten Visser, the head coach of DDP, recently gave his thoughts on the proposal.
No, I won't give him the joy to go down to 185. We'll just go up.
Or you'd rather go up a light heavyweight? Yeah.
We don't want to beat him. And then he said he'll say that we've gone down, or he had to go down, and he was fatigued and whatever. So no, we'll go up. And I'm sure that the UFC will be okay with that, going up if that's what he said. I know Dricus is game, so we'll go up. I'm not going to wait for him to come down. We'll go up.
So are you saying that this could be something that happens soon? If the UFC gives it the blessings to happen.
So he's fighting in October. So I really hope the UFC gives us this blessing for December.
Oh, wow.
As soon as that, yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you see a fight at 205 between Dricus and Alex playing out, with him, I suppose, not having to cut as much weight?
Yeah, it's a different game plan. Guys, that's something I'm going to have to think about and obviously go and really figure out. But there's no way we're going to walk away from getting asked from the UFC to do something like that. I mean, we were criticized a few times with Dricus saying no because of injuries in the past. This fight was supposed to happen earlier, and I'm glad it didn't, because I'm sure that Easy changed his whole game plan, and so this was a proper brawl. Yeah, don't ask me now what the game plan will be for Alec, but if it's December, we'll be ready.
Don't expect any takedown attempts from Khalil Roundtree in his title shot against Alex Pereira at UFC 307 in Salt Lake City. Khalil Roundtree is preparing to put on a show for Salt Lake City when he fights Alex Pereira at UFC 307, even if it gets him knocked out.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Super excited. Yeah, I told you in the gym, like, man, that's the fight that I want, and it's the fight that I got. So now it's here, and now it's time to perform and go get it, man.
What do you think is going to be the key for you to beating this man?
Oh, I'm not giving away any keys, but it's definitely possible, and it's there for me.
Well, we know you're great on the stand-up. He's great on the stand-up. But do you think that mixing it up and showing some stuff on the ground that we haven't necessarily seen from you before is something that all the MMA fans are going to see?
So check this out. In my career, I have never shot one takedown. That's not in my plans, right? I'm here to put on an amazing fight for the fans. Like this one, regardless of what anybody says, this is a fight for the fans. I think with my style, with his style, this fight's not going to disappoint. So I'm there to do what I do, to do what my fans and everybody knows what I'm capable of. And all I can say is just like expect a banger, man.
Dana White has made it abundantly clear at every possible opportunity he gets to talk about how great Jon Jones is and how he's undeniably the greatest combat athlete that has ever lived.
No matter what you think of Jon Jones, he's the fucking best ever, and he's the pound for pound best
I
fighter in
agree.
the world. And he's the pound for pound best fighter in the world.
Yeah. Well, except that he hasn't fought in the last year, so.
Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall's activity levels and success have doubled what both Jones and Stipe Miocic have done in the past 4 years combined. So he just wants the shot he's earned when he won the title the UFC created for him.
It's super unfair, and it's got to be annoying. But are you I guess, was part of you just like, okay, just hurry up and do it and get out of here so I can move on, or are you still holding on to some sort of chance you can convince him?
You know, the way I look at it, I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and I'm not getting my credit for it. They're holding the belt hostage, mate, and John Jones is loving it. He's loving the fact that Dana White is getting on every interview possible. Friggin' hell, you talk about something, you're talking about bantamweights, and Dana White flips it back and starts talking about how good John Jones is. I'm like, mate, if he's that good, let's fight. Like, I'm the #1 heavyweight in the world right now. Let's put it on the line and let's see who the man is, me or John. It's simple as that. It's not. I think a lot of people get it twisted about me disrespecting John and all that stuff. Mate, there's plenty of ammo out there for me to get online and disrespect John Jones. There's plenty of ammo that people know about John Jones and his personal life. And I ain't going there. I'm not about that. I'm the best fighter in the world, best heavyweight in the world right now. And John Jones isn't, and I'm willing to prove it. And he's not. That's what I'm about. I'm about being the best heavyweight in the world. As I said, it's well documented that John Jones isn't the best person in the world, isn't the best human being in the world. But I ain't going there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to make it personal. I want to be known as the best heavyweight in the world because I believe I am. And if he believes that he is, let's fight about it and settle it. Simple as that.
Well, Tom, I can clearly see that you're fired up about that. And I do like to see it. And I understand why. And I understand exactly what you're saying, because you're right. There is so much history over the years with John Jones. You haven't touched any of it with a barge pole. And that would be like the immediate thing that a lot of people would go to. And that's, again, why I respect you as a human being for not doing that. And even at UFC 304, when you won, you just went, hi, John. You didn't give it the big one. You didn't get on the microphone and talk shit, call him a coward or any of that. You still kept it respectful. And I think that's why ultimately people look at you and, you know, you have got a large support on your side. And a lot of people kind of also frustrated with your situation. So we spoke in Manchester briefly, and you mentioned it just there. So you're going to be the backup fighter for the fight between Stipe and John. Is that confirmed?
Yes, mate, that's confirmed. And I will jump in on 1 hour's notice if I have to and beat either of them.
So my question for that, though, is, do you, and I don't blame you, mate, and I don't doubt you for a split second. Look at what you did to Sergey on 2 weeks' notice with an injury. But is there a little part, is there a slight risk, and I'm just asking for the sake of conversation, that because you're not the guaranteed fighter, you're only the backup fighter, that you don't train quite as hard, and then maybe you get stepped up last second, last minute, and you've kind of half-arsed it in camp?
Absolutely not. I am not one. Mate, I will be more prepared for that fight if it happens or not than I was for my last fight. Every training camp, mate, I'm getting more and more mature. I'm learning more and more. I'm getting better. I know how to prepare more. I know who to train with and what to train and how my body feels and all that stuff. And mate, I have never, ever, ever been as focused in my life as I am right now. Like, I will, as I said, mate, I will step in, put the gloves on, take my shirt off and fight these guys on an hour's notice if I need to.
One thing that I'm picking up here is because, you know, obviously you're very happy with your success. You're confident in who you are and comfortable with who you are and where you're at. You became the interim champion. You've just defended the interim champ. But now it's really seeming like this is now pissing you off. Whereas before, you were so... Don't take this the wrong way. You see, you were so happy and grateful for the situation that you were in, but now it seems that it's pissing you off that you're not getting a chance to unify the belts and truly say, I am the undisputed. Am I accurate in thinking that?
Yes, you are. It is pissing me off. I don't like to fucking complain because everyone's like, oh, you're crying about this, blah, blah, blah. Mate, there's 6 guys in the top 10 who I finished in the first round. Just let that sink in for a minute.
Oh, geez.
6 guys in the top 10 have finished in the first round. I just beat the #1 contender, who is Cyril Gane, and the #1 contender before him, who was Sergey Pavlovich, in a combined time of 2 minutes and 7 seconds. 2 fights. So it's like, fucking John's not doing that. He beat one guy, Cyril Gane, who didn't want to be there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's walking around calling himself the real champion. Granted, he's having an amazing career. He's been a champion most of his career. Not a heavyweight. I'm the guy at heavyweight. Not him. Me. So I want to be recognised as the best. I've got the real belt. I'm the one defending. He's defending against a 42-year-old Stipe Miocic with 1,000,000 miles on the clock. If you want to be the real guy, you have to fight me.
I tell you what, Tom, this is the first time I've seen you like this.
I like it.
I like it. But I tell you, I don't want to be stuck down a dark alley with Tom and he's had 6 Stellas and I've pissed him off because I've said something like a little bit wrong that he doesn't like in an interview. And I get this version of Tom in my face because whenever I'm around Tom, I'm always like, come on, Tom, I'll take you. I'll single leg you. This version of Tom, I'm like, fuck that. I'm out of it.
Security.
Now let's take a look at the top 3 comments left on yesterday's video. This person writes, people who worship MMA fighters can't fathom how actually gay it is, not to mention its founder, I'm sure, has some odd connections. End of the day, these people's morals have a price, and this industry, like many other sport ones before, all do. At William Machado says, turn the stupid music off. And this person writes, Sean is a true to form class act. The world needs more people like this. If you want your comments highlighted on tomorrow's video, simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top best comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them in tomorrow's video. And that does it for today's video, but make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and clicking the bell notification so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. And in case you missed it, check out yesterday's news.